Welcome back to Wookies on X-Wing. My name is Matt.
I'm John.
And today we've got bringing you another game from our Fredericton Gamezilla Regional Championships.
So we have two players. We have Clayton H. You might remember him from before. He was flying the Chewie Leebo list. Both Chewie and Leebo have Predator. Chewie having the Falcon title, 3PO, and the Recon Specialist. Leebo having Jan Orr's the Outrider title and a Mangler Cannon for the nice pancake, not donut, pancake of death.
And his opponent today is Thomas. He's got Chewie Mark II with the Recon Specialist as well, the hull upgrade and the Falcon title, but no C-3PO. So interesting there. And then Chewie's wingman today is going to be Corran Horn with an experimental interface, R2-D2, the astromech, not the crewman, the fire control system, and the Marksmanship EPT.
I have never seen an E-Wing with experimental interface, especially with Marksmanship. I love Marksmanship. I think it's a really cool EPT. You don't think you get to see it enough. It's a lot of points to spend, 5 points to spend to make that useful, but that's a high action economy.
It is. And it's Marksmanship, it's a purely offensive ability. I mean, I guess we're also just used to seeing Corran Horn with a fire control system given his pilot ability.
Well, he does have the fire control system, but on top of that, having the Marksmanship means that for the whole round, whenever he shoots, he gets to change those focus to hits and one of them to a crit.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
It also means that Corran Horn is a little bit less defensive. I mean, he will be able to focus as well as use the Marksmanship, and he's getting the fire control systems for the free target lock, but maybe you could use the fire control system, the experimental interface on a more defensive thing. But he has R2-D2 as well, so that makes him fairly tanky.
Definitely. So we'll see. We got first Chewie coming out, Recon Specialist for 2 focus. Lovely ability there. Got some very, very central obstacle placement here. It looks like they are actually playing with a couple debris clouds, so that should be interesting.
I'm always happy to see the new debris clouds being used. I'm a big fan of asteroids. Ever since Empire Strikes Back, you get to see the Falcon and a bunch of TIE fighters go through the asteroid fields, and your first glimpse of the TIE bomber, my personal favorite fighter. But here we have also debris fields, and they're pretty effective at what they do.
They're not quite as punishing as an asteroid, but they do stress you out, so that at the wrong time can be pretty nasty. So it's interesting flying here from Clayton. It's just, alright, we're going to line up and just conga line and use the turrets to our full advantage.
Everybody conga.
So we'll see what Corran's going to do. He really doesn't want to just charge down the throat. Them having the turrets, it's hard to determine, where's the front of this ship, but I don't think he really wants to just go full bore right into them.
Yeah. It's kind of tricky who you want to kill first. My money's on the Falcon. You see C-3PO, you kill C-3PO.
You don't want him being the last ship on the board.
Leebo is a little tricky as well, because if you get those solid crits in, you pull a pilot card, and he just gets rid of them for you. So it's one of those things where if you really want to get those crits, maybe he won't use Marksmanship, maybe he'll just use focus instead when he's firing at Leebo. You never know.
Yeah. Leebo, he doesn't have the determination to go, I fish for a crit, I pick a pilot, I'll discard it. He's got Predator, so he's like, I'm just going to shoot the heck out of you.
That's true.
But being able to take your choice of crits and that's a direct hit. I don't want that. That's pretty good.
Definitely makes him tanky.
Yeah, for sure. So we've got the conga line continuing here. And Thomas is definitely cutting it close with those asteroids and debris clouds. Looks like he's either going to have to just take his stress next turn, or more likely use the Falcon's lovely ability to turn on a dime.
Yeah, the one hard turn will get him out of that tight squeeze, and hopefully Corran Horn will be in range this turn to get some shots off. He's in a really good position to get 2 shots off and then bank off for a turn, and he just needs to get as much damage on those ships as possible.
Yeah, for sure.
I would say humanly possible, but there's a Wookiee in the mix, so...
Yeah, there's 2 Wookiee pilots on the board. So we'll see. Looks like Marksmanship is coming out here. So it looks like Thomas has decided, all right, we're gonna assume I'm in range. Fingers crossed. Let's see what happens.
And
He's got it.
He is in range. So, first shots of the game go from Corran Horn.
And there's a marksman, already paying off. Require a target lock.
Because it's a range 3 shot, obviously 2 defense dice.
And 2 evades rolled.
But he got that nice target lock for if he wants to shoot again.
Definitely. And if he wants to shoot again, he's got marksmanship that's still going to be in effect. So, and there we go. There's the Predator reroll, a blank to a focus, and spending one of your 2 focus tokens for 4 hits. Good, solid damage into Chewie there. And that looked like that was definitely a 3PO there. Only taking 2 damage.
Very, very potent opening salvo. I was hoping to see a little bit more damage from Corran Horn. I like E-Wings, and it's always nice to see them contribute. But I'm always happy when a Wookiee pulls his own weight.
Definitely. Oh, there's Leebo with his Mangler shooting into Chewie. Chewie takes a couple points of damage. Not bad.
Chewie's a little bit more resilient in just the amount of damage that he can take, but ultimately it's going to be Clayton's Chewie that is tougher.
Yeah, and again, Predator re-rolling into focus, spent for 4 hits, and yeah, Thomas's Chewie will always lose the battle of attrition between the 2 ships. And it looks like he has opted to Corran Horn, and that's a really solid hit there. Let's see if Clayton can defend it. It takes a couple more points, so not a bad trade. Thomas is down 1 shield overall to Clayton, but that's not bad.
I think Clayton has forgotten that he's still at range 3 and didn't elect to roll a second defense dice. But when you're in an event and you played a lot of games, quick, easy mistakes like that happen.
Definitely. This is getting towards the end. Everyone's kind of tired. Mistakes are definitely made. But here we go. Saw that nice 1 turn. Again, just not quite kissing the asteroid.
It's the dance.
It's the dance of death. And it looks like they will likely continue to be range 1 of each other. And here we can really see exemplified the bonuses and the perks of putting a Mangler Cannon on the Outrider versus a heavy laser cannon. Because with a heavy laser cannon, you might not be able to do this. You might be too close.
On top of which, if they had been Han Solo Falcon or even a Lando Falcon, that Mangler Cannon's abilities to get crits in there would definitely be a solid choice. However, because it's Chewie and Chewie doesn't give a crap about regular crits, you gotta really do special shenanigans to get crits onto him. But I'm kind of curious to see what the E-Wing is doing.
I'm not quite sure. He did a green maneuver to shed his stress. Maybe he's just hoping that he can survive through this turn. Because he's got that weapon disabled marker there. He's not shooting. Unfortunately. He's in a very nice spot to shoot. And it looks like he takes his evade action. So it looks like Corran's just going to try to soak through this.
As long as Corran can survive, maybe he can draw some fire off of Chewie for a round and get himself into a good position to blow the heck out of hopefully the Falcon. But if he can just survive, he can get those shields back with R2-D2, so it's not that much of a waste if he gets a couple shields clicked off of him.
Yeah, for sure. And again, we see the Predator into a focus in 4 hits. Alright, looks like, yeah, there's the first damage onto Clayton's Chewie. Now he was returning fire. Okay, what's gonna happen? Oh, the Predator gets nowhere, but I suppose Mangler Cannon changing hits to crit doesn't really matter against Chewie, but...
No, not really, but it makes you feel good. Yeah, I got a critical hit.
And there you go. So we got 1 damage apiece, but Thomas's Chewie has 1 more hull. That's Let's see if it'll help. But oh,
There's just so much damage.
they're just each hitting 4 each turn.
Yeah, there's just so much damage going outwards that it's unbelievable how tanky that Chewie is. But I don't know if it's going to be good enough.
It's hard to tell. Corran not being able to shoot, it hurts.
Not only that, but this turn, it doesn't look like he's going to get any actions because he has fire control systems on Corran Horn, as he should, and not advanced sensors, so it's not like he can barrel roll out of the way beforehand.
Yeah, that's going to be messy. And Clayton's just chasing down Thomas's Chewie here.
Well, he's just going to just broadside it into oblivion.
He has the hull point advantage now for sure.
Not only that, but Chewie from Thomas doesn't have a whole lot of options on where to go. I mean, yeah, he can turn away from that asteroid, but he's still going to be just being chased down by Clayton's Falcon and Leebo.
Yeah, it's very, very telegraphed where Thomas's Falcon can go.
And that's one of my problems when you have so little ships. It's easier to concentrate on the ones that you want to focus, and as a result, that is an interesting play.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's through an asteroid, so we'll see if he gets by unscathed.
And he bumps, but he's not getting shot at by Leebo at all because he's touching Leebo, and he's still free to fire at Chewie.
Yep, looks like he will clip the side of Chewie there. And he does have a target lock from his fire control system earlier. Might as well spend it, you're just going to get it back. And there's an excellent hit. There's a lot of 4 hits so far.
It's a good feeling when you're playing against these big ships to get those big damage like that.
And that's both of Clayton's Chewie tokens gone there. Very, very likely 3PO as well. But 4 hits turning into 1 damage, that is just such an attrition advantage. It's almost insurmountable when you have 2 ships versus 2 ships like this.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if Thomas can just pile the damage onto the Chewie that he's shooting at, because I feel good about Corran Horn just taking on Leebo.
Yes.
That is something I would feel good about, especially how durable Corran Horn is. He has the defense dice. He has the ability to get those shields back. He can bank off and just get out of dodge if he needs to, and then come around for a pass and just lay on the damage. So I feel, like I said, I feel good about that matchup. He just has to get there. He has to peace trade his Falcon for Clayton's Falcon.
The nice thing there, Leebo shooting into Thomas's Chewie, it was through an asteroid, so he took no damage from that.
Nice.
That was a nice little turn.
And he still has the focus left if he needs to use it.
He does. It looks like he'll use one of them here. So only taking a point of damage.
That's pretty good considering the amount of firepower that has been going his way the last couple turns.
Yeah. Oh no, they misjudged. They thought the closest point was through an asteroid, so.
Oh, okay.
Rerolled it, takes the 2 hits instead. A little unfortunate, but...
Chewie's still in the game.
And here we go, we have Corran electing to double tap.
There's some target lock action.
It's gorgeous there, 3.
4.
Oh, 4. 3 goes through, leaving Clayton's Chewie at 1.
All Thomas's Chewie has to do now is put 1 more point of damage onto it.
Looks like one of them was a focus.
Oh,
I got a little too excited. He's at 2.
Well, even at 2, all he has to do is put a couple more points of damage, and then Corran Horn has the rest of the game to try to focus Leebo down.
Definitely. Clayton does have a nice thing going for him this turn. He knows he's only getting shot by 1 ship. So that, it's that double-edged sword of, well, do I use Corran Horn's pilot ability and give my opponent a free round of him not doing anything?
That is true, but the way that Corran has been flying as very much an interceptor, as a harasser, and just flying in, trying to get as much damage as he possibly can, and then veering off, he probably wouldn't get a really good round of shooting this round anyway.
Yeah, he's definitely using the boom and zoom technique here.
So it might feel like he's getting a bit of a reprieve, but actuality, he probably might not have gotten a shot this turn, unless the E-Wing can make a hard one.
Yeah, that would be close.
And even if he can do a hard one, does he really want to? Does he want to just bank off for a turn?
It looks like he said, you know what, I'm not shooting, I'm just going to K-turn.
Get himself in a good position.
E-Wing's got some very nice green maneuvers. And he can definitely green maneuver next turn. R2 back up, unless he's already recovered his shield. Quite possibly. Well, that's the nice thing. You hit an asteroid, that's okay, I'll just green maneuver.
Yeah. And not only that, but the E-Wing has some pretty good maneuvers. You pay a little bit more, you pay a premium for the fighter, but it's a solid fighter.
Yeah, definitely. It's a very nice ship. So here we go. It's gonna come down to it. Now, it's just how tanky Clayton's Chewie is here. I don't think that Thomas can do enough damage to him to do two points.
Yeah, with C-3PO and everything else, the evade token, I can see that.
Well, he only rolled 2 hits, and we know all he has to do is guess 0. He gets the one from 3PO, and then he has his evade token, so he doesn't take any damage from that.
Yeah.
And I think that's possibly one of the most frustrating things about the ship.
Well, and that's why our advice here on Wookiees on X-Wing is if you see C-3PO, you kill whatever fighter it's on.
Yeah.
Pretty much. You don't want to end the game where it's just you fighting C-3PO.
And there's, alas, one Chewie falls. There's Thomas's. But that's still doing 11 points to a 3PO Chewie with 2 ships. That's not too shabby.
Yeah. And Corran Horn is the one fighter that can do enough damage to finish off that Falcon.
Definitely.
You might have only 2, but Corran Horn has the damage potential to just get rid of that.
For sure.
And then once the Falcon's dealt with, you can focus on Leebo.
Leebo's nowhere near as durable. And then at that point, you have 3 attack dice versus 3 defense dice. So it would a race of who can modify their dice better. It's an interesting fight for sure.
Yes.
There you go. He's got smart to keep Leebo between Corran and the Falcon.
Well, Corran's going to want to just go right after that Falcon.
For sure.
Even if Leebo is able to kill off Corran, being able to say, hey, I dealt with that Falcon, it's off the table, I don't need to worry about it, I get those points, give me points,
yeah,
then it's good. It's a good feeling. But finishing the game, especially with the way that it is pre-errata, where you don't get half the points for doing almost at least half the damage. If he loses Corran Horn right now, that's a 200-0 game. He's skunked.
Yeah, and I really like the change that Fantasy Flight put into that because, for example, Clayton's list, you could have Chewie at 1 health. Mm-hmm. You could have Leebo at 1 health. But you lose all your ships. Yeah, it's a 200-0 margin of victory. You know, that sucks.
It does suck for the player that didn't get any kind of kill in, but yeah.
Yeah, you do such a monumental amount of damage, and they just look at you and you go, nope, too bad, not happening.
It definitely puts you in the place that if you want to get that 200-0, you have to really earn it. You have to really know what you're doing. You have to make sure that you just don't, fly casual, as it were.
It takes a little of the autopilot out of it, which I like.
Because you can get 200-0 with, a 2 big ship list. You can do it. You just need to know how to fly your fleet.
There's some excellent evasion rolls coming out there. That was lovely.
Unfortunately, Corran Horn has to play your favorite game, Matt.
How many evade dice can I roll? Yeah. Definitely. And the amount of dice modification that Clayton's fleet has built into it is going to make that very difficult.
But Corran can tank a little bit. You just can't take a really solid hit. He can't take 6 hits in one go and no defense dice.
Now this is a little curious. I was a little surprised I'm a little surprised that Thomas is electing to use Corran's pilot ability now, being at range 3.
Well, there's nothing on him. He gets 2 hits. If he rolls 2 blanks, that's a dead Falcon. Not only that, but he's taken some hits on Corran, so he can just mosey on, do a green maneuver, and get a shield back.
Yeah, and he wants to. Corran's got 2 health left. That's it. He's only got his hull.
The size of those big ships means that they really can't go slow. Even a 1 forward is the equivalent of a small fighter's 2 forward.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, it's 2 base lengths. The large ship. It's definitely something to get used to when you first start playing large ships. It's a little... throws you for a loop. So we'll see where Leebo's going here. Well, it's going to be a close one, whether he fits in there or not.
It doesn't really matter
what
his actions are. I mean, it kind of sucks that he doesn't get the focus or the target lock or anything like that.
But he's still got Predator.
Yeah, he does still have Predator.
So this is a 1? Yeah, this is a 1. Nice, easy.
Keeps his distance. He can figure out where Chewie's going to go. If Chewie wants to bank off, get himself into a corner, that just makes Corran Horn's life much easier. If he wants to bank towards him, then if Corran just does another green turn, he's in perfect spot to finish him off.
For sure.
And if he goes for an asteroid, that's a Falcon that doesn't have any actions.
Yeah, Thomas says if Corran lives this turn, he's in a very nice spot to get an asteroid between him and Leebo, and to just jump on Chewie here. And Clayton's Chewie is... well, they're about the same. Be interested to see whose was worth more.
He's trying to figure out what he's going to do. He's barrel rolling. It's an interesting choice. Well, he gives himself...
Get some distance between him, I guess.
It's a risky maneuver.
Definitely.
He's relying on those defense dice to go his way, should he get some shots on him. And it looks like...
we see an arm, but it looks like that is still in range 3.
But it is for an asteroid now. So he's leveraging the focus for an additional defense dice.
And there's 3 focus, but that turns into 3 hits.
And if he looks like a bunch of focus results...
That is Corran down to 1.
All Leebo needs to do now is put a solid hit in.
It looks like the barrel roll actually took his base just far enough that the corner of Chewie was past the asteroid.
Oh no.
And that's enough damage to get through.
So, that is game. Brutal game.
Very short, very to the point. Lots of damage going out on each side.
I had my money on Corran, but just goes to show you that I shouldn't bet.
The dice are fickle. They're a fickle mistress.
So, that is Wookiees on X-Wing for this game. If you enjoyed the video, please sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to follow us on Twitter, we're at NorthGameNet. We have a Facebook page of Northern Gaming Network. Also, check out our website, northerngamingnetwork.com. We have blog posts, we have more information on our videos there, and it's just a nice place.
See you for the next one, guys. Thanks for watching.